Hello, welcome to another episode of Barbie Dolls of the Week. This week we're going to talk about a couple of different dolls, or sets of dolls, and the first one is this horse-loving Barbie. Now she was quite the quite the horse rider, as you see here in these pictures. And this was also an opportunity for Mattel to sell the horses. This was from 1982, and you see here Midnight next to Ken, and Barbie has Dallas, the horse. I'm not sure why it was called Dallas, but it was, or at least that one was. And then even Skipper has one, and hers is Honey. Skipper and Honey, what a pair. Get a little better picture of that. So, they did a lot with packaging back then, by the way. I think the packages were basically told a story as well, and they showed you what you could do with the doll. This doll is still, of course, in the package, and she's got an interesting kind of fur-trimmed, faux fur trimmed vest, and then a checked shirt. And I did think it was kind of funny that they all had just matching outfits. I mean, I don't know how many times three people go out in matching outfits, but these three do. So anyway, she's got a faux leather purse or bag in there. I don't have these out of the box, never did. These were not my favorites because of the outfits mostly. Just not real fond of it. They've got the faux leather pants that you see here. Cowboy hats, of course, that are in there. And boots. But anyway, they're okay. Just not one of my favorites. I got these on an auction a couple years ago, I think it was. And here's the Ken that goes with that set. He may be one, it looks like. If you look inside the box, you see he's really tilted in his box. And that is a prime example at the time of some of the Ken dolls that were having waist problems, where they are way wobbly in the waist. We've seen that with Dream Date Ken, Western Ken in some cases. In fact, in Western Ken's case, it seems like most of the dolls I come across are like that. But this is the Ken, and there's Dallas, which actually I can't get it down, but I have the two horses up there with the Western, on the shelf, I mean. On the shelf up there, I have these two horses with Western Ken and Western Barbie, who I liked a lot better. And anyway, these seemed like they were kind of tagging on to that. So I don't know if due to the popularity they wanted to do another set. That could very well be. But of the two, I always chose the Western ones. Now, of course, with the Western Barbie, and I'm sure most of you know this, she's got that problem with the winking eye, where most times you find her these days and the eyelid is broken off. So now, I wanted to talk to you about a couple of dolls that were Sears exclusives. For 6.5 years, I worked at Sears from the mid-'80s to the very early '90s. And so I was there, and of course I just started collecting dolls, and I got a couple of them. Now this is an example of one of those dolls, and this one is out of the box. You see her here. She has actually been redressed a bit. She's kind of got that Olympic skater thing going on. So this is her, and here she is in the box. This is Stardream Barbie. This doll, let's see here, this is from 1987, and she was a Sears special limited edition, as I said. On the back you see, a full picture. It says on the front, all sparkle and shine, simply divine. So I did really like this doll, and I bought it, the one that I just showed you out of the box. Bought it way back then. This is one I got actually very recently in an auction, very reasonably priced. So I decided to get one in the box too. I believe I still have these flowers somewhere in my box of loose items. But I'm trying to figure out exactly what she was supposed to be. I don't know if it was a ballerina or something, but it just says Stardream Barbie doll, Evening Sparkle Long and Short. So I'm going to look for the other pieces involved here, like this one, because she doesn't have that, and that would actually definitely look better. Her hair has obviously been combed out or brushed out, and it's still in quite good condition. Now, one thing that happened is that this headband kind of piece that you saw in the one in the box, got stretched out over the years. I mean, it's like you barely put it on and it stretches out. So it won't stay in place anymore, but that's why I just kind of put it in the back or put it somewhere, you know, around so that it just doesn't get lost. So this is Stardream Barbie, and actually one other one that I have that I want to show you that I got recently. I did not have this one when I worked there, but it's kind of interesting because this was Sears' 100th anniversary doll, Barbie doll, Celebration Barbie, to celebrate Sears' 100th year. Now, I worked there at that time when the 100th year passed. This was in 1985. It's actually the year I graduated from high school, and I was working there from starting in 84. So, beautiful doll, kind of big dress, poofy for the time, special limited edition, of course, as they all were. And on the back, here's where her hair's brushed out nicely. I think she looks really good there. I don't like her hair so much in the box. It would really need to be worked with. But that's what I tended to do, is brush. If I took the doll out, I would brush the hair out from this kind of thing. Try to leave it in the original style on the top part, but just don't want it bunched up like that, and on both sides it's just a little bit ridiculous, but still like the doll. So that was the Sears Celebration Barbie. I always kind of think of these as, you know, a pair in a way, but they're not. They're both Sears dolls. Now, speaking of Sears dolls, I wanted to point something else out to you guys. I heard a term recently that I thought was kind of interesting, and that was a Sears clone or Sears knockoff doll. So they did have, as I'm sure a lot of you know, knockoff dolls. They had the Cindy doll, and they had the faux Ken here, which this is, I don't remember what his name was. I'm blank right now, but anyway, he's actually quite a little cutie for a doll, and very, very light. I mean, compared to Ken, he's complete hollow plastic, I'm assuming. And I think this is the outfit he came in. You know, the outfits from the Sears dolls were not as good. It's not as good of a quality, I don't think, but they were okay. Here's another one just like that, but actually this one is on a Ken body, so I'm not sure what happened. Something happened over the years, and he inherited this Ken body. And you guys probably recognize this outfit from a Hawaiian kind of look. It was a Hispanic Ken that was wearing this, so I'm not sure. And actually his legs are backwards. See, look how loose that, his waist goes all the way around. I don't think that's supposed to happen. But anyway, that's wobbly. So actually he doesn't wobble so much, it just turns, you know, completely around. So that's bizarre. Never seen that happen. I didn't realize he had it. But his body is completely different from this. It's a hard rubber versus the plastic. And that was one of the main differences that I noticed back then, was that's why these could be cheaper, because they were cheaper material. But still a nice looking doll. And the last one I was going to show you of those is the blonde version. For some reason I always want to call him Luke, because he just looks like a Luke. But anyway, these were nice dolls, I must say, and if somebody was looking for a cheaper version, I don't remember how much they cost, but they definitely were cheaper than the Kens and Barbies, although they weren't that expensive. So I think it was just a matter of a couple dollars difference, if I had to guess. And then the last thing I want to show you today is a set of 3 dolls. Big hair dolls. They're sort of the same doll, but in the blonde, redhead, and brunette versions. And I don't think this is their original outfits. I think this is outfits I put them in later so that they would have matching outfits, but just in different color. Let me try to do this one at a time. So this is the brunette. Lots of hair. Look at that. I know a lot of people really like the long hair. I need to brush these out. These have been in a box, with my loose dolls for a while, so they're not nicely brushed right now. That's the brunette. Here's the redhead, and her rubber band is coming loose on top, so I'm going to have to just take it off. And anyway, she's got the blue dress on, the blue striped. They had interesting faces and kind of big faces. I can't remember if these were Sears exclusives or not. They may have just been a generic doll. And I'm not even sure why I got them, but I do like them. And then the last one is the blonde with an additional hair sticking through here. Let me see if I can get that out. There it is. Okay, so now, interestingly, she has on some blue earrings, and if you see the back, it has a silverness. So I don't know if these look like they came from a rocker doll. I'm not sure why they're on her, but they also seem to go straight through her eardrum instead of the bottom part of the ear, so that's kind of looks painful. But lots of hair again, and she's in the purple dress that I put her in. So these were, and if you look at the eye makeup, I don't know if you can see the detail on that one, but she's got like a green and little hint of yellow there. So if anybody knows the name of these dolls, I'd be interested to find out again what they were from. But they have a good rubber body. They do have the bendable legs, very stiff arms. But back then I went back and forth, by the way, on the arms. As a lot of the Barbies at the time had the bent arms. That made it really hard sometimes to get the clothes on, especially when they have a ring on. Of course, these dolls didn't normally have any jewelry. They were pretty cheap as far as accessories. But anyway, an interesting set, and I kind of liked, as I said, that they had the three, blonde, brunette, and redhead. And with that, we're going to close this episode of Barbie Dolls of the Week, even though there were some non-Barbie dolls. And I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody, and stay safe.